1% of dudes rapping, they ain't nice as me. 98% ain't live the same type of life as me. The judge gave me life and then they sent me where the life is be. That level 4 with depth and vice, the type of stuff they like to see. Two choices, fight or flee. I refuse to die a chump. I never been a mark, but damn, it's scary when that riot jump. I seen dudes cry, get pumped, and some sexually brutalized. Knew a dude who lost his life and he was only doing 5 year-long racial fights when homie all you do is ride. Lonely days and nights up in a hole causing suicide. From the moment you arrive, you see the Mexican mafia, AB skinheads with big giant swastikas, pro-black philosophers, the BGF, the Kumi, and Muslims who will murk you from the nation to the Sunni. That MS was loony, quick to ride up on they rival. Even Christians went to church, hide knives up in they Bible. Political and tribal, the Crips and Damus, the Long Beach, the Hubs and the Dubs and the Grooves, the IE, the Bakersfield, the Dago Pyrus, the Hustlers quick to roll, the gangsters don't move. Whatever click you choose, you better
Say what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. You're down. Now, for those of y'all that's new to my page, in 1994, I got arrested. I was eventually sentenced to 16 years plus life, and I served 24 years straight in the California prison system. During those times, I accumulated some good stories. I'm going to share one with y'all today. Yeah, that's me gassing on the intro. Like I keep telling y'all, the flow is nothing like Curtis Blow. If you want to check out more of my music, go to my YouTube playlist, scroll down to gas stations, and you will find more of my music there. Now let's hop right up into this story. Now this particular story takes place at a prison known as CMC East around 2012, 13, 14, somewhere up in there. Due to the fact that I had a lot of time, I had a life sentence, and I didn't expect to come home. I didn't pay attention to the calendar much, and a lot of times the time just somewhat ran together, it seems now. Anyway, one unique thing about CMC East that I've mentioned before in some of my stories is they had something that was known as ducats. Now, what these ducats were, these ducats somewhat resembled business cards, and the ducats were something that the convicts could purchase from the main canteen to be spent on the yard at the mini canteen. Each yard had its own mini canteen, and what the mini canteen sold things like popcorn, ice cream, potato chips, soda, candy, so on and so forth. Now, we were allowed to spend $50 each month on these ducats. Each ducat was worth $1. Now, each ducat had some squares in it, and each square was a nickel. So when you would go to the mini canteen and you might purchase something for $3.45, of course you would hand them 4 ducats. They would get the little tool, take off each square that that your purchase came up to, and give you the change. Now, one unique thing is at other prisons, because I believe CMC East was only like 1 or 2 prisons, maybe 3 prisons in the whole California Department Correction system, and they had about 34 prisons that had these ducats. And so, of course, at these other prisons that didn't have ducats, convicts would use things like commissary items, tobacco, maybe coffee, maybe hygiene products. Maybe they would even have their family mail money from one convict to another, depending on the price of whatever they was trying to purchase from the next person. But the unique thing about CMC East is the form of currency was these ducats. If you didn't have a ducat a lot of times and you was trying to do business with somebody, you was out of luck, because that's all these people wanted was ducats. Now, of course, we know in prison a lot of times you have convicts in there hustling, and anytime you're hustling, the money is exponentially greater than you would make on the streets, especially if it's a black market item, weed, cigarette, so on and so forth, right? So if you had $100 worth of weed or even tobacco, you could potentially make $1,400 to $1,500 worth of money in prison, right? And like I said, now when you hustle at CMC East and a person's got ducats, now they coming to you with these ducats, you stacking these ducats. But if you get caught with more than $50 worth of ducats, of course they gonna know that you're doing something illegal, and a lot of times they was gonna confiscate them ducats. So what you would have some people do, you would have some people who, when they would go on a visit, they would have their family bring them $100 bill cash. Now, what the person would do with the $100 bill cash is he would come back to the yard and sell the $100 cash to somebody who had a lot of ducats and was trying to get rid of the ducats for maybe like about anywhere from $150 to up to $200, depending on what the going price was on that yard at that particular time. Now, like I said, due to the fact that if you was hustling, you would make exponentially greater than what the item was actually worth, you could afford to take a few extra ducats and purchase you a $100 bill. The thing about having a $100 bill is, of course, they was much easier to hide than a stack of ducats, because a stack of ducats was maybe about this big, So imagine you having, $1,400 worth of ducats. It would be very, very, very hard to hide, as opposed to having 4 or 5 $100 bills. Those were easier to hide. Also, another thing, a lot of convicts, when they got sentenced to their prison time, the judge would also add as a form of punishment restitution. So basically, if you had somebody send you some money, when I first came to prison, restitution was only 22%. So if somebody sent me $100, I would get $78 once they deducted the 22% for restitution. Eventually, though, the restitution got hiked up to 55%. So if somebody sent me $100, I would only get $45 after they took the restitution out. So you would have a lot of people, in order to circumvent restitution, instead of going to having a person send them money on their books where the administration would deduct their restitution, they would just have their family Western Union money of a person who was selling ducats, or purchase a green dot, which was a prepaid credit card, put the $100 on there, get the numbers, and then give the numbers to the person who was selling the ducats and get their 100 ducats like that. That way they wouldn't lose any money that was being extracted from the administration for restitution. And so for the person who was hustling, that was always a way for him to wash up the money and get rid of these extra ducats. You even had crooked officers who would go search people's cells. They would confiscate these ducats when they had an excess amount. They wouldn't turn the ducats in. They would keep the ducats in their locker, and then they would have certain convicts come to them and purchase ducats straight from them. So you would give a dirty CO a $100 bill. He'd give you maybe 250 ducats, and you go on about your business. So now, with that part being explained to y'all, let's hop right up into this story. So now, the names of this story, of course, you know me, I'm going to change a little bit. We had a Crip from LA, and he was from 87 Kitchen Crip. We just going to call him the young homie. The other dude I'm talking about in this story, he was from the Bay. We just going to call him Bruh. Now, also, it was said that Bruh was the father of a famous running back for the Seattle Seahawks who used to beast up, and he should have got the ball on the goal line in the Super Bowl and didn't get the ball. So anyway, the young homie was probably about maybe 5'10", 155 pounds, 160, somewhere around there, of slim build. Now, of course, Bruh was probably about 5'10", maybe about 225, 230. You definitely could tell he had some size. He had got a little pudgy, but he definitely was a big dude, and Bruh was with the business. Now, the young homie, I don't know if I mentioned, he was maybe about 19 or 20 years old. Now, the young homie, of course, he was in the hustling, getting his bread, doing what he was doing. You got a lot of people in prison who hustle, and they take care of themselves. You have some people who actually make enough money to get lawyers on the street to look into their cases, to try to get their sentence overturned, to try to get time taken off. And like I said, the hustling of things that especially belong on the black market in prison is exponentially greater than what you would get on the street. Myself, when I was hustling, I would take a $100 bill. I would go purchase some tobacco. I would get 3 pouches of tobacco. Now, the tobacco on the street probably at that time was only maybe $1.50, $2. I would get 3 pouches of tobacco for $100, but then I would turn around, sell the tobacco. Then I would make enough ducats to turn around, and I would make probably about 500-600 ducats. So enough ducats to turn around and go buy 2 more $100 bills and still have about $140, $150 left in ducats, right? So once again, hustling in prison is always a very profitable way to get paid. So back to, you know, the young homie from kitchen. So he happens to make a deal with Bruh, right? So they make a deal. He gives Bruh whatever it was that he was selling, something that Bruh wanted. Okay, listen, homie, I'm going to give you this right here. Bruh said that he was going to have his people send the money, however much money that 87 Kitchen was requested, young homie, on a green dot. And he was going to come back out in an hour on the next unlock to give him the numbers. Now, there's only 2 buildings on the yard at CMC East. Each building has 3 floors and 2 sides to each floor, the high side and the low side. So even though you may be in the same building as a person, if you're not assigned to that floor or even that side, depending on what guard is working, you're not even supposed to be up there. You're out of bounds, right? And so they make this deal. Bruh and the young homie is in the same building, but they're on different tiers, different floors. So when that hour goes past or whatever, and every hour on the hour, we had what is known as an unlock. That's when you could come outside. If you happen to be in the building, you could come outside. If you happen to be in the building, you could go inside, so on and so forth. And it lasted for about 10 or 15 minutes. You could run down to the store, get you a little something from the mini canteen, so on and so forth, right? And then the building was shut again for the next hour. So like I said, when they initially made the deal, Bruh was supposed to come back on the next hour and give these green dot numbers to young homie so he could get his bread for whatever item that he gave him. So now the next unlock, Bruh don't show up. So young homie is like, damn, cuz, what's up? You know, what's going on with the bread or whatever. So he wait maybe another hour or so, thinking that Bruh is gonna show up. Bruh, he don't show up on the next unlock. So now the young homie is like, okay, dude is playing games, you know, with my bread. So now he starts sending messages and word up there to Bruh. You know, he got homies on that particular side or whatever saying, hey man, tell old boy what's up with my bread, man, to come on out and holler at me. So the next unlock goes by. Bruh still don't come out. So of course now the young homie from kitchen, A7 Kitchen, he upset. He like, okay man, you know what? Dude got me twisted. Dude is up there playing with me, playing with my money. And you know, by all rights and purposes, he definitely had the right to be mad because I didn't give you my item. We done made a deal and an agreement. And especially like any other place, but especially in prison, your word is your bond, right? So time is going past, and once again, bruh is not showing up. You know what I'm saying? So eventually it comes to the time around 3:30, 3:45 where we have to lock up for count. And then later on, we have dinner is served maybe about 4:35 o'clock. Then maybe about 6:15, they open up the yard again and we have night yard. So now all this is going on and still no word from bruh. So of course, the young homie from kitchen, he mad as hell. You know what I'm saying? So he constantly sending words to people up there on this particular tier and he's not hearing from bruh. So now, of course, around 6 o'clock, 6:15 or whatever time it was, when night yard opens up, the young homie from kitchen, he comes outside again. You know, he's walking around the track. He's trying to see what's up with it. Bruh then came outside. He's sending messages up again, you know, to tell bruh to come out. Still no word from bruh. So now he thinking, okay, yeah, man, this dude got me twisted. So of course, obviously, way probably before then, he had already made his mind up, man. When I see this dude, if he don't have my money or he come playing games, I'm finna to blast this dude. You know what I'm saying? So he walking around, you know, and you can be on the track and you can holler up to the building because the people in the building, there's some cells face the yard. So he can holler up to the cells. He can holler up to the day room if he know, or he has a homie in a specific cell on the same side as bruh. He can come to the window. The window opens up. You can look out to the yard. He can tell him, hey man, go get that bruh, man. Tell him what's up with my money, you know, whatever. Tell him I'm trying to holler at him, man. He playing games. So now the young homie from kitchen, he outside, he walking around, right? They do another unlock. Still no bruh. So now they have one more unlock around 8:15, and that's going to be the last unlock that they have. The next time it's going to be yard recall around 8:45. So now, before they do that last unlock, young homie from kitchen is walking, and you could tell he got something on his mind. So he happened to pass 3 dudes, man. He happened to pass Little Dollar Bill from UG's, Tiny T-Tone from A-Tray, and the homie Bang Bang, who was from West LA. One of these dudes happened to notice that he was walking and it seemed like it was something on his mind. So one of them said to the homie from kitchen, hey, cuz, what's up, man? What's going on? He said, oh, homie, I done a deal with this dude, bruh. He playing with my money, man. If he don't come out here and have my bread, I'm just to blast this dude. So then at that point in time, Tiny T-Tone and Bang Bang, they turn around, start walking in the same direction as young homie because they all Crips and they trying to figure out what's going on. And so now suddenly at 8:15 when they had that last unlock, bruh finally come outside. Now right across from the building that bruh was in was the mini canteen. And the homie young homie and the young homie was posted up against the mini canteen. He's waiting to see who's coming in and who's coming out. And if bruh is going to come out, bruh finally does come out. So bruh walks over there to young homie, and the young homie is pretty much like, hey, cuz, what's up with my money, man? You've been playing games or whatever. So bruh walk right up to him and get straight to the point. He like, hey, say, bruh, I don't want this stuff, man. Here, take this stuff back. So now, of course, the young homie from kitchen is like, cuz, hell no, you didn't have my stuff all day long. I don't know what you done with it. I don't know if you didn't open it, went into it, used some. And anyway, I didn't give you my stuff to hold on to it for 5, 6, 7 hours and then come out here and tell me that you don't want it. But you know, bruh, like I said, man, bruh, I guess was with the business and he was used to having his way. He just held his hand out like this and told him, hey, homie, listen, man, take it or leave it. Once again, the young homie from kitchen, he like, cuz, hell no, you got me messed up. So bruh, you know what I'm saying? He just opened up his hand and dropped it on the floor. He turned around and started heading back to the building. So now as he's heading back to the building, the young homie from kitchen, he runs around him. He cuts him off. He blocks in front of the door. He's standing in front of the door and he got his hand in his pocket, right? So now as bruh walk up to the door and he approached the young homie, he say, man, I don't give a damn that you got your knife in your hand. Nigga, is you gonna use it? And when he walked past him, bam, he hit him with the shoulder and going up in the building. Now, as the young homie from kitchen turned around and went to follow bruh up in the building, all of a sudden then you had T-Tone, you had the homie Bang, and you had Little Dollar from UG. They were seeing what was going on, so they started to follow him up in the building. So all of a sudden, as they see the young homie from kitchen hit him with that thing in the face, bam, they turned around and like ran up out of the building. As they turned around and ran up out of the building, after the young homie from kitchen hit him, he ran up out the building. He runs up out the building. He makes a left. He throws the thing up against the wall. Now, when he hit him, just so happened, it happened to be a police sitting right there at the podium. The police must have saw everything. As soon as he seen him hit him, he hit the alarm. Get down, get down, get down. So by the time the young homie from kitchen come up outside the building, the alarm is already going off. And so, like I said, he pretty much only had time just to throw the key Sue and prone out right there. You know, it's guards everywhere. Maybe about 75 to 100 yards from the entrance of the building is where the phone booths, and they were actual phone booths that the convicts would use. On top of the phone booths, there is a guard in the tower. He's monitoring the phone booths, but he's also looking over the yard as well. So when he turns and he hits the corner, like I said, by this time, the alarms and stuff is going on. He throw the key Sue, he get down, and everybody proned out. The COs run right over there, and they get to grabbing dudes from that area. Now, they happen to also, along with the young homie from kitchen, they happen to grab a dollar bill from UG's, T-Tone from H-Ray, Bang Bang from West LA, and it also happened to be a homie there by the name of Savage from Lake Elsinore. I can't remember if Savage was from Yarborough Park or he was from Four Corner Hustlers. But, you know, the guard said, hey, man, you look, I seen these dudes run up out of there, whatever. So eventually they all got picked up in that investigation and took to the hole. So they all go to the hole. So the very next day in the morning, the homie Bang Bang just so happened to see, I believe, bruh getting escorted or going probably down there somewhere to medical or whatever. He said his whole eye was bandaged up and covered up in bandages or whatever, right? And so, of course, being the young stand-up Crip that the young homie from Kitchen Crip was, he immediately claimed responsibility for the sticking in order to let Dollar Bill, T-Tone, Savage, and Bang Bang in order to free them from the situation. And so they eventually was returned to the yard, right? And so, you know, I really don't know, to be honest, man. I really don't know what bruh expected to happen, you know. When you try to pull a move like that, you pretty much back a dude in a corner and you pretty much leave him no choice. You know, he got two choices, man, to be marked out for the rest of his prison stay or go out there and handle his business. Because in a situation like that, right, you also can go out there and fight the dude, right? But now let's just say the dude happened to have hands. Boop, bop, beep, boop, bop, boop, boop, bop. dude bust you up, put hands on you. Now this dude has took your property. You haven't got paid. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't put hands on you also. So, you know, it had always been my philosophy in a situation like that, when a dude is clearly and 100% by prison protocol in the wrong, you don't give that dude no head up fade, because you don't even give him a chance at whooping you, right? There was a time when I believed in taking head up fades, right? Depending on the incident, right? Now, if I happen to get into it with a dude on the basketball court and it was just a mutual misunderstanding, then yeah, you know, I was willing to do a head up fade with a dude. But when a dude is clearly wrong, say for instance, in that particular incident that I just named, or maybe you happen to go to the store, you happen to go somewhere and a dude goes in your cell and he robs you and takes your TV, you know, when it is clear and obvious disrespect, then you are left with no choice pretty much but to go out there and handle your business. If not, you definitely gonna be victimized for the rest of your time, right? And in my opinion, that was definitely a major error in the thinking of bruh. You know what I'm saying? Because if bruh like shaking his dreads, man, he was really playing with his life, because things definitely could have been a whole lot worse for him. He could have been hit in the eye. He could have lost his eye, depending on, you know, the type of weapon that the young homie from Kitchen got a hold of. He could have possibly lost his life. You know what I'm saying? And so he definitely took big risks, and I guess assuming that he could just take this man's property and this dude wouldn't do nothing, you know, because believe me, when you in prison, and especially when you in a gang and something like that happens, you got your other homies, other gang members, other convicts looking at you, right? And if he hadn't have responded to that situation the way he responded, you definitely can believe that word would have got around, hey man, you know what? Bruh got some stuff from the young homie and didn't pay him. So now everybody is looking at your gangster in a totally whole different way, and you will not be respected for the rest of your prison stay. And more than likely, you would probably be victimized every time a person got a chance or feeling that he could take something from you. So unfortunately, man, in the prison world, the young homie definitely handled his business in the proper manner that he should have, right? I had a good friend who actually told me maybe about a year ago, he was out in Oakland somewhere and he was driving down the street.
Ooh. Tell me when to go. Tell me when to go. Tell me when to go.
And he happened to see bruh walking down the street. And of course, while I'm making this video and having a little fun here, man, it's good to know that everybody eventually came out all right. You know, to my understanding, the young homie from Kitchen is out as well, man. But yeah, bruh definitely tempted fate and played with his life, man. Anyway, you already know what it is. It's your boy 16 to life. Resume normal program.
I swear to God, the game is cold, homie.
What you mean?
I popped on a pussy ass nigga after he stole on me.
What happened next?
That nigga came to court and told on me.
Put that on something.
I sold my soul, homie. Called the highway patrol on me, plus the sheriffs and cops. He told him my name was Eric and I carried a Glock. Soon as you start blowing shots, them niggas going to tail. Don't have a meeting with the cops and then you going to jail. They'll tell him about the shooting, take him, show him as well. DA trying to seal your cash, they gon' throw him the nails. They wanna throw me up in the cell and have me with a L again. Back to strip searchers and guards, read my mail again. Had me far away in the bay, I'm talking Pelican. Eating cold ass soy burgers and warm gelatin. I'm far too intelligent to fall for that twice. Niggas yelling gang gang and ain't about that life. And they'll turn rat right in front of your face. Get you found guilty plus 100 years on the case. Your mama in the court with tears running all on her face. Her baby shackled feet, hands and waist.
Goddamn.
These niggas ain't who they say they is, so beware. Fuck what they saying, cause these cowards ain't playing fair. They shoot at you, you shoot at them, they snitch, and they don't care. Fuck gang banging, I'd rather be a square. These niggas ain't who they say they is, so beware. Fuck what they saying, cause these cowards ain't playing fair. They shoot at you, you shoot at them, they snitch, and they don't care. Fuck gang banging, I'd rather be a square. Yeah, doing life's no joke. I been where the apes been. You ain't really bout that smoke. You a vape pen. Soon as they catch a joke, in the feds or a state pen. That tough guy shit get shed quick like snake skin. Real and fake men can't exist together. I stay down, you turn snitch, so you a bitch forever. Imagine me snitch, never, boy, I stuck to the code. You hit the county for a month, you said fuck it and told. Soon as you heard your bitch Nicole was fucking all of your best friend, the news damn near killed you, nigga, caved your chest in. You told about the murders that y'all did on the West End. Who was popping the burners and the one who said lesbian. Cooperated then, signed an affidavit. Felt your life was over, nigga, you was trying to save it. So you told on Antoine, LaRon, Brian, and David. Came home and half your hood forgave it. God damn. These niggas ain't who they say they is, so beware. Fuck what they sayin', cause these cowards ain't playing fair. They shoot at you, you shoot at them, they snitch, and they don't care. Fuck gang banging, I'd rather be a square. These niggas ain't who they say they is, so beware. Fuck what they sayin', cause these cowards ain't playing fair. They shoot at you, you shoot at them, they snitch, and they don't care. Fuck gang banging, I'd rather be a square. Yeah.